So Crash Team Rumble Season 2 is now out, and with it, a brand new party mode has been introduced to the players. It features a really fun cooperative game mode that you and other players can play together. In this video, I'll explain really quickly on what the new modes are and how party mode works. So there are currently 4 maps in party mode, and the general goal of party mode is to complete a certain task together with your team before the timer runs out. If the timer expires before your team is able to complete the task, you will get lesser EXP and the match will end immediately, so try to complete it all the way to the end. Now you can extend the timer by collecting these clocks that are scattered across the map. Tasks will get harder and harder as time goes on, and in the later stages of any game mode, boss tokens will start to spawn around the map, and if you manage to collect a required amount, you will trigger a boss fight, which gives you way more XP if your team successfully completes it. Now let's talk about the game modes. Each of the game modes are very different. There are a total of 4 game modes in party mode right now and one that is upcoming, namely Dig It, Speedrun, What's Cooking, and Get Lit. There is another one coming up sometime in this season called Balloon Bounce, but we'll talk about that one later. Let's go through them one by one first, starting off with Dig It. In this game mode, your goal is to dig up as many bones as you can and bring them over to the middle of the map to complete the skeleton structure. Do note that the bones you're supposed to find are hidden, so you have to rely on your sensor to find them. The greener it is, the closer the bones are. Once you found a bone, you need to spam the dig button to bring it up. All you need to do is to just bring it over to the middle of the map and to add it to the skeleton structure. Now some bones are heavier than others and requires more than one person to carry it over to the middle, so you need to work together with your teammate and coordinate on it. Now if you manage to trigger the boss fight, the middle will be covered in lava and areas around the map becomes more dangerous. Other than that, the rules are the same. Just find and bring the skeletons over to the middle of the map to complete the boss fight. The second game mode is called Speedrun. Basically in this game mode, you need to run through a certain amount of checkpoints before the timer runs out. Obstacles and traps are your worst enemy here, so do be careful on that. Sticking together with your team will increase your movement speed, so try your best to run together alongside each other. Gathering the boss tokens that are scattered across the map in the later game will grant you access to the Speedrun boss challenge. Here, players will go head to head with Uka Uka. To inflict damage on Uka Uka, players can then utilize the rockets found along the course. However, with bumpers, nitro crates, and now Uka Uka's meteor strikes in the mix, it now becomes a much more challenging race to reach to the end. The third game mode is called What's Cooking. In order to progress through this stage, players must search the map for various ingredients and toss them into a large rotating pot situated within the swamp. As each waves unfold, new ingredients and recipes will be introduced, focusing on teamwork to decide which items to gather. Once all of the recipes are successfully completed and the boss tokens are collected, you'll gain access to the boss challenge featuring the Wompa Bet. During the boss encounter, players will be tasked with collecting dynamite sticks instead of ingredients. These dynamite sticks are used to inflict damage on the Wompa Bat before the timer runs out. Precision aiming is crucial, and players must also steer clear of the smaller bats that will spawn around the map just to make your life much more harder. The fourth game mode is called Get Lit. Each player is equipped with a hovering candle above their head, and these candles serve the purpose of lighting the lanterns up which are placed across the map. Your objective is to ensure that all of the lanterns in the map are lit before the clock runs out. It's crucial to exercise caution though, as these candles have a limited time span. Should the player's candles extinguish, they must either return to the tower's base to relit the candle again or rely on a teammate to relit their candle with their own. Staying together with your team to offer assistance can greatly benefit, since lighting every lantern is essential to progress through the stage. By amassing a sufficient number of boss tokens, your team will engage in a showdown against the dragons during the boss wave. Utilize your candles to ignite rockets to inflict damage on them and defeating all of them before the clock runs out. The last game mode of party mode is known as Balloon Bounce, and currently it won't be available until October 12th, as stated in the Season 2 roadmap. I don't have any gameplay of this right now, but basically you will accumulate points by bouncing across a variety of balloons. To progress through each wave successfully, your team must concentrate on specific types of balloons. However, be careful not to burst each other's balloons, as missing a jump and falling all the way to the ground will waste valuable time. As you gather the boss tokens that are suspended in the air, you unlock the appearance of nitrous oxide and his UFO. Using rocket balloons, you can inflict damage on him. He'll deploy mines that make staying alive much more challenging though, so be sure to be prepared. So that is about it for the brand new party mode. I'm sure that new game modes will be out in the future, and personally, I really love this direction of Crash Team Rumble. Hopefully we'll see more game modes soon, as I am really excited to see how they can take this entire idea to a whole nother level.